Hey, what is up? It's Monday. It's 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. That is when we drop Brain Power. This is my wife, Lauren Askins.
Hi, everybody.
Hope you guys are having an awesome start to your week. Monday, Secure Agent Mentor is about to drop live shows all the time. We're
dropping bottles of water.
bottles, mics, water, everything. We are doing this every Monday at 2.
Yep.
Brain Power with Lauren and I. Probably next week, we'll be releasing Deal Breakers on Wednesdays with Dave and I, all sales related. This one's mindset, goals, money, all those things, business, how to scale a business,
Yep.
how to think bigger, how to think better. And then Fridays, maybe this Friday, maybe next Friday, who knows? We'll be with Dallas, and we'll be doing 8% Nation, which is what we talk a lot about. So with Brain Power, today's episode is all about why do we think so small?
It's a very interesting topic because I think society has really taught us to restrict ourselves, and you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. Are you offending this person? Are you offending that person? Well, this is where you're going to learn how to break the mold.
Is that why we think so small?
I think sometimes I grew up very conservative. My parents didn't take a lot of risks. So in the beginning of our relationship, it was a big challenge for me to let go of the way I grew up. Not saying that my parents did anything wrong, because they're amazing, but that I just had to take more risks in life.
Yeah. Well, what would you say? Because we get a lot of female agents that watch our videos. They're like, hey, I want a female perspective. I want to hear from another female agent. Lauren's had her license previously.
Yes.
Made tons of cold calls.
I will say that I did pass my test on the first try. So.
Yep. For those that don't know, I'm admitting this live on camera. It was my third try. I got a 69. Not once.
So maybe I'm the brain.
Twice. And then you definitely are the brain power behind the relationship. In every individual, every couple, there's always a time where you're like, hey, I can be better. I can do more. I can think bigger. What's happened to us, because I would say literally not only our relationship, but us individually, I would say this year, I would say the last year has been a crazy, awesome ride. The business has scaled. We help a lot of people. We sell a lot of product. We're closer. But I would say this year especially, specifically, has been different.
It has. I think what changed that, the pivoting point, was when I decided, I don't know what flipped my switch. Well, I kind of have an idea. We'll get into that later. But I decided that I needed to stop worrying about the petty little things and realize that there is a bigger goal and focus on the bigger goal. Because when your mind is on what's your ultimate goal, the little things don't matter.
Right, 100%.
And so once I got on board with that and stopped whining because he was working late or he didn't answer my phone call, and I double dipped. I called back to back.
That's a big one.
You know, like I blew up his phone all day long. There was times when I wasn't confident myself, and I guess I was reaching for him, but that was hindering us. So those tiny little things really held us back. And I'm not saying it's all my fault, but I'll take a big part of it.
No. And in every relationship, you can always improve, both parties. But I would say what propelled us to thinking bigger in general is we heard something from Grant and Elena a while back.
They always make us flip a switch.
They have his goals, her goals, and then the us goals. And I think that's something that we've both adopted.
Absolutely.
You've seen me become more serious. I've seen you become more serious. I write down my goals every single morning.
Every single morning.
Do my push-ups, my crunches, my jump rope.
But you've been doing that for a long time.
I've been doing that for a long time, but the goals get bigger. I don't know what it is about writing goals. It makes me conscious of what's going on from seeing me write goals.
Well, okay, I have my master's degree, and in my master's program, my professor said, 50% of the things people say when they're quote-unquote just joking are real. And for some reason, that has always stuck with me, because it's just like this. If you say it over and over, your mind's going to start believing it. So, I mean, just like this, Cody writes his goals every single day. So it's in his brain. It's on his mind. It's what you do.
Not only does it make me conscious of what I'm thinking about, but it makes me believe that it can happen. And I think that's a big thing with brain power, with insurance agents. You want to scale, you want to grow, is thinking that you can achieve it, because there's a lot of things that sound too big. That sounds crazy. You know, to go from making $50K to $100K to $250,000 to $1 million to, you know, whatever, or helping 1,000 families, or writing a ton of business, or being in the 8% that actually succeed. Moving into that and constantly moving up is, a lot of times, we don't believe that it's possible.
I think this is like the #1 point of brain power, believing in yourself, because there is so much negativity going on in the world today that it is so hard to pull yourself out of that and believe in yourself. I mean, with social media, it's so easy to sit behind a computer and, you know, degrade someone for trying to reach their dreams. Well,
it bothers you more than me when that happens, even in our business.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get 100%.
Correct.
And the bigger you get, the more problems you're going to have, the more negativity you're going to have, the more negative comments you're going to get, because you're naturally going to have more comments. So a percentage of those will always be negative, or, you know, be complainers, whiners, whatever. It doesn't bother me. It's part of the mission. It's part of the goal, you know. But it's bothered you. And
it does, because I just don't understand why someone would want to hurt someone else that's trying to do their best to get to their goals. But unfortunately, not everybody thinks like that, so you've got to figure out how to deal with that negativity.
Yeah. Referring to insurance agents, think about insurance agents specifically.
Okay.
When it comes to thinking bigger, what were a few key things that you noticed early in my career? 19, we've been together the whole time. 19, 20 years old, in college, playing basketball. You were my assistant back then, at some point in those first few years.
It's so funny to think back on.
It really is. But what are a couple things that you noticed that really helped hit my goals back then, that insurance agents will be able to pick up and use as nuggets?
I guess where's your goals? Cody's goal wasn't to go out on a Friday night and get drunk. Your goal was to reach a certain number, and you were going to do anything that it took to get you there. So whether that mean every night of the week or Saturday morning, you didn't go out on a Friday night because you knew Saturday morning you had to get up and grind. It's Successful Saturday. You've got to go. So you did what you had to do to get to your goals, whereas I think people they want this big goal, but they're not willing to give up the other little things. So you literally gave up so much. There were nights that we were at the office until 9 p.m. and we've got an army of college kids. We're on the phone cold calling. Yeah. Hey, this is Lauren with Cody Askins. How much do you currently have life insurance? I mean, I was straightforward on the phone, and they either loved it or they hated it. I mean, they either loved it or they hated it. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but I mean, for us it worked.
Yeah. The biggest thing that I noticed is agents generally don't know where they're going.
Very good point.
We think too small. Yeah. Every single one of us, I don't care who you are in the world, you're still thinking too small, because it's all possible much more than we believe. But before you can think big, you've kind of got to know where you want to go. And if you're floating through life and you don't have goals, you don't know what your purpose is, you don't know what you want your legacy to be, you don't know what your why is, you don't know where you want to be in 5, 10, 20 years, or where you want to leave your career or your legacy or your life.
Yeah.
If you don't know those things, it's easy to float through life. Life happens. A day goes by, a week goes by. Around here,
it
like
flies.
Freaking crazy.
Time literally flies.
Yeah, it really does. And so that's some of the things I think agents can pick up from this or from anything that they watch or they listen, is have something to shoot for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to talk about Ty, your brother-in-law, really quick.
Okay.
He found his niche. So I guess his why would be his niche, kind of coincide together. Mm-hmm. Once Ty figured out his niche, he has excelled and it's just gone great. So I think step 1, believe in yourself. 2, figure out where you excel, your niche. Yeah. So what do you want to do? And then once you believe in yourself and that you can do that, I think you can reach the moon.
Yeah, 100%. I would say that's really important. Finding the niche, I love that. I mean, I think that's big. I'm a big believer in everyone's great at something.
Yeah.
We've all got to know what we're great at.
Yeah.
You have the super crazy bubbly personality. Everybody loves you. I'm not the most social butterfly in the world.
You
I'm
are.
kind of a,
it's
I'm
just
kind
dragging
of a,
you to get there sometimes, and then
true.
once you're there, you love it.
This is
so.
true. I'm more of a promoter. Everybody's got a passion. You've got something you love. You got something you want to do. You got something that that you want to excel at. And so, making sure that you know what you're great at, and what you want to be good at, and what you will be good at, and what's important to you is big, is really really big.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else can agents learn? What else can what agents like to hear? What else would you like to hear? If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, leave a comment. Our marketing team, our media team are back here literally sitting here ready for your questions.
Yep.
If they see a good question, they're going to interrupt us. They're going to ask the question. We're going to address it. At the end of the day, what we do is to help insurance agents. What I'm passionate about is helping insurance agents. We message and talk to insurance agents all the time, all weekend, Facebook Messenger, the works. Because at the end of the day, I'm my most happiest when I'm helping insurance agents succeed. I've kind of made it my mission and my life's goal. 92% of agents fail.
Are you part of the 8?
Exactly, which is why we're doing 8% Nation Insurance Conference.
We are doing a conference.
We'll be in Nashville.
Yeah, we're actually going to Nashville Wednesday and Thursday of this week.
You want to meet up? You want to go to dinner with us? Hit us up.
We can show you the town. Actually, I don't know. I've only been to Nashville once on our first year anniversary, but
that's true. Yeah,
it's super fun.
It's fun. We're looking at some venues.
That is going to be good. I know we haven't announced a venue, and people probably think we're crazy for that, but we've got some really awesome venues lined up for the conference. So
yeah. That's another thing that's big, though, is coming up with an idea and then just committing.
Absolutely.
Take action, commit, figure the rest out later. Who cares if you don't have any sponsors, any speakers? You guys know that me and Grant Cardone will be there. Who cares, right? I mean, Shawn Mike will be there, Vince Papanato, Brian Askins, my father. We've got another really, really big name we're going to be releasing here pretty soon.
We have some tricks up our sleeve.
We got a few tricks up our sleeve that you got to pay attention to. If you're not a part of Secure Agent Mentor Group, we're giving an extra 50% off of tickets. Make sure you're a part of that Facebook group, Secure Agent Mentor Group, for a coupon code that'll save you some money. You've been working hard. The ladies have been working hard. I mean, on this conference, it's going to challenge us.
It already is.
You probably thought I was nuts. I came up with the idea,
Okay, so let me just tell you something about Cody. He comes up with an idea, okay? And literally he'll think about it for a couple days because he knows I'm a little picky about this part.
Days, sometimes maybe a stretch.
Yeah. And the next thing I know, it's happening. So he came to me about this insurance conference. I'm like, okay, is this really what you want to do? Yeah. And he thinks about it for a little bit, and bam, we're throwing an insurance conference, and if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. So you don't want to miss it.
I committed to 1,000 agents,
yeah.
so I can't do anything else. I can't let anybody down. I let myself down, and I hold myself to a higher standard, which is another example of thinking small and thinking big. Yeah, we can get 100 agents, a couple hundred agents, to this conference really easy. Mm-hmm. But why settle? Why get complacent? We just hit a monster milestone in Secure Agent Mentors business last night for the year of 2018. And one of the first things I said after we hit this milestone, and we had a big surprise party and Chick-fil-A.
He didn't know, so
this.
I threw him a surprise
I didn't know, but
party.
I was in the middle of doing a video, and I walk in, and we hit a big milestone for the company. And within 3 minutes, I'm already saying, hey, what I'm really focused on is getting agents to this conference.
Yeah.
I'd already forgot about the big old milestone. It's in the past. As awesome as it is, it's over.
There's going to be so much value given to you at this conference that you're going to regret not going if you don't. I mean, Grant alone is one of the most, he's actually Cody's mentor, Elena's mine.
Crazy.
But there's going to be so much knowledge, and there's more speakers. I can't let the secret out of the bag. But there's more speakers, from motivation to education to anything that you could want. We have that coming to you at this conference. So don't hold back. Buy the tickets. I'm not just selling it. I just went to the 10X Growth Con. It was life-changing. That was probably a pivoting point for our business.
100%.
When you're surrounded by people, this is part of the brain power. When you're surrounded by people with a like-minded, and there is nothing more uplifting, and you feel on top of the world when you're at this stuff. It's good for the soul. It's good for the brain. It's good stuff.
Yeah, our business, ever since the Growth Con, our business has grown every single month. We went to a big sales conference with Grant Cardone in end of February. In 3 months, we 4 to 5x our business. That's what conferences. That's what the biggest thing. I mean, some people say, "Hey, I want to learn everything at a conference." The way to approach a conference. Here's the way to approach a conference: is I want to find a couple of nuggets that I can adopt in my business, and then naturally, conferences always push you to think bigger.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the biggest thing we took back was, hey, man, Cody's a chump. Man, Cody's a freaking loser.
It's crazy because, you feel like you're doing great, but then we went there and we're like, okay, we're doing great, but this is nothing. We have to think bigger. We've got to figure out how to get from here to where we really want to be, so.
That's the biggest thing I took away from that, seriously.
It was a couple questions.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Matt, shoot.
Matt, DJ, Dylan.
Thank you
Lindy.
all, first of all, for tuning in. We love it.
Absolutely. Appreciate it very much.
On Facebook, Travis Clark is asking, for those successful agents who are using Facebook leads, how many are they ordering per week?
Okay, the question was how many leads that you're ordering from us? How many are they, the agents that are working digital leads successfully, how many are they ordering? I think it was Travis, so thanks. And Matt actually read the question. I'm not sure if you heard Matt. Generally, they're ordering about 30 a week. We've got agents that order 15 or 20, agents that order 30 or 40, agents that order 50. I've heard of agents ordering 80, 100, and 200. As crazy as that sounds. I think the biggest thing is, the way to address that question is, how many people do you want to see? Mm-hmm. What's the end game? What's the goal? Won't you scale that down? Look at the numbers. When you think, hey, if you know you got to sit and ask 10 people to buy every single week to make $200K, okay? And that's, as an independent agent, that's pretty freaking true. If that's the case, then you'll want to have at least 20, 25, 30 leads to make sure that you're always sitting and asking 10 people to buy every single week.
I know he uses 10 a lot, Travis, as a number, like you want to set 10 appointments this week. That goes back to when he first started. So every week he literally wanted at least 10 solid appointments. Some weeks were more, but he had 10 solid appointments.
Ask 10 people to buy and,
yep.
and you'll consistently, and you cannot fail. I don't care if you are the worst agent and salesperson in the world. I don't care if you're, I'm blind in one eye, so I can say this. I don't care if you're blind and you can't hear. You sit with 10 people, you'll make $200K.
Got another question?
Yeah. Great question.
Yep, thank you, Travis. Appreciate it.
Keep asking them.
Yeah, so Sales Closer on YouTube wants to know, do you guys offer role play training?
Ooh,
If so,
I like
let's do
that.
it.
Dude, Sales Closer, what's up, baby? Dude, hey, this guy's watched a lot of my Facebook, YouTube live videos. Awesome commenter, awesome fan. So thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. We do live role play training in our coaching sessions. Some agents want me to listen to their process and tweak it. Some agents want to talk call and script and tweaking calls and listening to calls. Some agents want to role play. Whatever some agents want to be great at overcoming objections. Some agents want to be a sales closer like you, sales closer. Whatever you want, we will do it. That's the cool thing about us. The sales director would get mad at me for saying this, but I don't care. I own the company, so that's what he gets. Yeah, we may advertise coaching sessions at like $250, $300, $400, $500. We do coaching sessions all the time for agents that maybe can't afford $500. At the end of the day, it's about helping people.
Absolutely.
And I've learned from others, and if I can help some, shoot, I'd love to. So thank you for asking that.
Yep.
That's good. I love that. Sales closer. That's a good question too. Role playing is important, and I'm going to mention on that too. That gets me thinking big. We do that with our sales team. Mm-hmm. They watch sales training videos every morning.
Every morning.
And they do role playing with each other.
Yeah.
They make it difficult. As Sales Closer asked that, I think we used to role play calls. we would leave appointments and role play with each other. I'm like, hey, I've got to be better at responding to this.
Literally, I traveled in the car with this kid. I sometimes would drive because he doesn't like driving. This is true. I'll be driving to Nashville.
Me or DJ, maybe.
It'll be me. Anyway, we digress. We did everything. You have to be able to find someone, okay, brain power, topic, point number 3, okay? Find someone that believes in you just as much. I jumped on board with his goals when I met him in 2011. it is crucial to have a support system that believes in you as much as you believe in yourself. And when you're having a down moment, someone's got to bring you up. That's part of the brain power. You got to have someone that brings you up. Cody doesn't have down moments really, but
Well, there's times, thank you, Matt. There's times like evenings or certain times in the weekend where I may not be my best, or maybe I'm being negative.
Yeah.
It happens.
No
It
one's
happened this
perfect.
weekend. Or maybe I'm thinking too small. Or maybe I played 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I was just sore all over, but
all over. I
lost
had to
in the
rub his
championship. But that's
feet.
for
I
another
had
story.
to.
But everyone has those weak moments where sometimes you can conquer the freaking world,
Oh,
and
yeah.
other times you're like you don't believe in yourself as much as you should.
Correct.
Having a positive support system, having an awesome team, having people in your life that aren't going to bring you down in those moments, that are actually going to pick you up and challenge you, is big. Because if I digress, if I get negative, if I complain, if I start thinking a little smaller, or if I wake up one morning and say, oh, 1,000 agents, oh my gosh, that's super difficult. If I start thinking that way, and then she starts to agree with me, we're going the wrong direction.
Right.
So that's awesome about Lauren is you won't find a more positive individual. You won't find a more bubbly personality individual. You won't find a sweeter person, nicer person. She wants to help everyone. Like, she gets mad when people ask questions, they want to buy leads, or they can't afford something, or they really want help, or they want free help or whatever, and we don't help them. Like, it bothers her because at the end of the day, we're here to help people.
Yep.
But make sure that when you know what you want, when you have a big goal, you've also got to have a support staff that supports you and push you along. And that's why I'm a big believer in, I write my goals all the time, but you know my goals, the team knows my goals, I verbalize my goals, because it kind of puts pressure on me. Because it's one thing to internalize it and think about the goal. It's another thing to write it down, say it, and tell everyone in your life, this is my goal. I don't care how stupid you think it sounds. It will freaking happen. It'll happen right then. That puts pressure on you to...
But make small goals to get to the big goals. So make baby goals to get to the big
Yeah,
goals.
come up with a big goal and then work backwards.
Yeah.
And find a weekly goal. We used to do that. You used to make little, this is kind of funny. People don't know this. I used to want to win sales trips. So we would make these boards, or like go to the World Series. You'd make like this fake baseball field and move me around the bases, my little picture around the bases as I got closer to the goal. I'm a visual learner.
It worked.
We did that for the Chairman's Council, beach trip,
Yep.
only 5-star resort in California, St. Regis.
That's where we got engaged.
We did that for the multiple World Series trips. We did that for all those sales trips I won as an early agent. That helps.
It does help. So visualize. If you are a visual person, if you want to say you want to go to the World Series,
Yeah.
First place is this much. I got to get to second place. I got to make this much. Third, and then home. Buy your ticket.
If it's 100,
treat yourself for doing good.
Yep. If it's 100K,
Yep.
maybe every step's a couple grand. Maybe first base is 25K, second base is 50K, third base is 75K, and home's 100K. I mean,
Yep.
but it's one thing to say it, set it as a goal. Another thing to visualize it and track it.
Yep.
Set it, visualize it, and then figure out what it takes on a weekly basis to actually achieve it. That's the biggest thing. People can say they're going to do something, they can write it down, they can look at it, but if they don't know what needs to happen day in and day out, or week in and week out, or month in and month out for that goal to actually happen, then it's got a smaller chance of happening. If you're an agent and you're like, hey, I want to make 100K, every agent in the world should be making 100K. Every agent in the world should make 100K. It's $2,000 a week. Okay, how do you make $2,000 a week? Well, you set 15, you sit with 10, and you sell 5. You say, well, if I sell 5, I'll make $3,000 or $4,000. Great. You've got, it's $700 a pop. Maybe you make $3,500. Okay, well, maybe somebody will cancel. Maybe somebody will change. I'm not being negative. I'm being realistic. So maybe someone will change their mind. Maybe something will lapse. Maybe you'll get a charge back. If I sell 3, 4, or 5 every single week, or if I always sit with 10, no matter what happens, I don't care if I get in a car wreck, lose my computer, have a bad hair day, and my dog dies, I'm going to hit 100K.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, if I know what has to happen week in and week out. Everyone should make 100K. The only reason you don't make 100K is you don't sit with enough people. The reason you don't sit with enough people, or maybe you don't sell enough. Maybe you don't sell 4 or 5 apps a week. You don't sell 4 apps a week, but maybe you're not skilled enough. Or maybe you didn't sit with enough people. Or maybe because you didn't sit with enough people, maybe you didn't have enough leads. Maybe you didn't have enough leads because you didn't invest any money. or enough money. Maybe you didn't invest any money because you weren't thinking big enough. Or maybe you're just not serious. Everybody should be making 100K. I just broke it down live on camera how you can make 100 grand this year. You want to make a 200 grand? Double it. You want to make $500,000? 5x it. You want to make $1 million? 10x it. You want to make 10, you want to make 10 million.
Is this true?
Just do that.
He's got a point.
100x it.
He's got a point.
Think big and set a goal. Visualize it. Write it down and visualize it and see it on a wall. And then do whatever it takes week in and week out. Know your numbers and do whatever it takes to actually hit those. That's the 3 steps to making whatever you want to make. For creating the life that you want to create. For creating the legacy you want to create. For being a better version of you. This is brain power. And this is brain food right here.
Absolutely.
Think big and set your goal.
These are the macros.
Write it down. That's right, when it comes to nutrition. Write it down and visualize it. And then know the numbers and actually take action and make sure that you hit those every single week.
Yep.
I don't care what the number is. I don't care if you want to be a billionaire. You have to spend more money. You have to think a heck of a lot bigger.
That is really big, but we'll talk about spending money another day.
That's for another show, right?
It's another show because that topic could last a long time. I'll tell you the story on how I feel like I held him back, but that's a topic for another day. Maybe next Monday. I don't know.
What other, we got any other questions, gentlemen? Facebook or YouTube at all that we can address or answer? Anything else that we can help you guys with? We'll wrap it up here in a couple minutes. What else? Give them some brain food.
Brain food. So takeaways from today are, let's believe in yourself. Surround yourself with people who
There's an old saying, surround yourself with people on the same.
Yeah, who believe in you and you are, believe that you can do it and then take massive action.
I don't ask for much. You guys know I don't ask for much. But I'm going to ask right now. I want to meet you at this conference.
Let's take a pic.
I'm going to over-deliver. I'm going to surprise and shock and have some tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to make the greatest insurance sales conference of 2018 and every year moving forward.
Yep.
But I'm asking you to go to 8percentnation.com and take action right now. If you're watching this later, dude, you're about to save a lot of money because in Secure Agent Mentor Group, anybody can join it. You got to type it in and find it. We're giving away 50% off, even on top of the early bird, just for being a part of that group. I want you to be there. I don't care what you pay. I want there to be value associated with it. I can't give them away because we'd have 100,000 people there. Maybe we should do that someday.
Someday.
But right now, I want you there. 8% Nation was created to help insurance agents succeed, to get you thinking bigger, to give you some freaking brain food.
There's going to be lots of value coming from this conference. I can't emphasize that enough.
Yeah.
That you will just be blown away. So don't miss out. Go get your ticket.
I want you to be on stage.
How can they buy a ticket?
I want you to be in the VIP lounge. I want us to be hanging out
I want us to hang
backstage.
out.
I want you to be at the private party.
I throw a good
I want you to
party.
get all the goodies. I want you to be shaking Grant Cardone's hand and smiling and waving. 8percentnation.com.
And percent is spelled out.
Yep.
So the number 8% spelled out nation.com.
That's it.
That's all you got to do.
Brain power.
Clicky, clicky, and you're coming.
That's right. We need you there. Lauren just dropped some brain food. Anything else that you want to add?
No, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first show. I hope you will see us next time and leave us some comments. Like our page. Turn on the little bell so you know when we post. You know,
ding ding.
all the little cool stuff.
Great job, babe. Thanks for being on. First show, Brain Power, every Monday at 2. Look forward to it from now on. Have an incredible week and start to think bigger.
Think big. Thanks for tuning in.